Welcome to another morning devotion here at Saron United Church of Christ. I am recording this ahead of becoming a dad. You are likely watching it after becoming a dad, but the sense of humor that comes with being a dad has already kicked in. I thought since Jesus certainly loved kids, and since laughter is good medicine, that I would share some stories with you that I think you kind of have to have a dad joke sensibility to appreciate. Here we go. A Sunday school teacher decided to have her young class memorize one of the most quoted passages in the Bible, Psalm 23. She gave the youngsters a month to learn the verse. Little Bobby was excited about the task, but he just couldn't remember the psalm. After much practice, he could barely get past the first line. On the day that the kids were scheduled to recite Psalm 23 in front of the congregation, Bobby was so nervous. When it was his turn, he stepped up to the microphone and said proudly, "The Lord is my shepherd, and that's all I need to know." When a mother saw a thunderstorm was headed their way, she worried about her 7-year-old daughter walking home from school the 3 blocks to their home. Deciding to meet her, the mother saw her daughter walking nonchalantly along, but then stopping to smile whenever the lightning flashed. Seeing her mother, the little girl ran to her and explained happily, "All the way home, God's been taking my picture." A mother took her 3-year-old daughter to church for the first time. The church lights were lowered, and the choir came down the aisle carrying lighted candles. All was quiet until the little girl started to sing in a loud voice, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you." A little boy walked down the beach. As he did, he spied a matronly woman sitting under a beach umbrella on the sand. He walked up to her and asked, "Are you a Christian?" "Yes," she said. "Do you read your Bible every day?" She nodded her head. "Yes." "Do you pray often?" the boy asked. And again she answered, "Yes." With that, he asked his final question, "Will you hold my quarter while I go swimming?" One day, a space shuttle crashed to the ground in the yard of a preschool. When he struggled finally out of the wreckage, the astronaut shouted, "I'm free! I'm free!" At this point, one of the little children standing there shouted back, "Big deal! I'm 4." A Sunday school teacher asked her class, "Does anyone here know what we mean by sins of omission?" A small girl replied, "Aren't those the sins we should have committed but didn't?" A bright 8-year-old child was being tested by the speech teacher and was given analogies and asked to describe the following differences. Speech teacher: "What's the difference between an oak tree and a Christmas tree?" Child: "One has leaves and the other has needles." Teacher: "Very good. What's the difference between a saucer and a plate?" Child: "One flies and the other doesn't." A father was reading Bible stories to his young son. He read, "The man named Lot was warned to take his wife and flee out of the city. But his wife looked back and was turned to salt." His son asked, "What happened to the flea?" 6-year-old Angie and her 4-year-old brother Joel were sitting together in church. Joel giggled, sang, and talked out loud. Finally, his big sister had enough. "You're not supposed to talk out loud in church." "Why? Who's going to stop me?" Joel asked. Angie pointed to the back of the church and said, "See those 2 men standing by the door? They're hushers." Attending a wedding for the first time, a little girl whispered to her mother, "Why is the bride dressed in white?" "Because white is the color of happiness, and today's the happiest day of her life," her mother tried to explain, keeping it simple. The child thought about this for a minute and then said, "So why is the groom wearing black?" On the first day of school, the kindergarten teacher said, "If anyone has to go to the bathroom, hold up 2 fingers. A little voice from the back of the room asked, "How will that help?" That was probably my favorite. A 3-year-old put his shoes on by himself. His mother noticed the left one was on the right foot. She said, "Son, your shoes are on the wrong feet." He looked at her with a raised eyebrow and said, "Don't kid me, Mom. I know they're my feet." And finally, a 3-year-old boy went with his dad to see a litter of kittens. On returning home, he breathlessly informed his mother there were 2 boy kittens and 2 girl kittens. "How do you know?" his mother asked. Daddy picked them up and looked underneath, he replied. I think it's printed on the bottle. Whether you found any of those funny, or you just are in a good mood because it's another blessed morning, or you have little kids who say funny things to you in your home, or for that matter, funny old people that you live with, I hope that you have a chuckle this morning. I hope you have plenty of reasons to smile this day. Not only do I think laughter is good medicine, but I think joy is something that heals us in any time, especially unusual ones like this. Have a great day, my friends. Find some blessings from your Father in heaven. Find some laughter. It is good medicine for your soul. God bless.